Hello, good morning, children. We are going to start a new chapter, The Hack Driver. This is 8th chapter of your book, Footprints Without Feet. Now, the writer of this chapter is Sinclair Lewis. His complete name is Harry Sinclair Lewis. You can see a brief description about Harry Sinclair Lewis. He was an American novelist, short story writer, and also a drama writer, a play writer. Now, see, children, let's see the title, The Hack Driver. But before starting this chapter, we must know the main characters. Who are the characters in this chapter? The main character is Oliver Lutkins. The hack driver, you can see the title, The Hack Driver. Hack means cart, horse, cart. Okay, what do you mean by hack, children? Hack means horse cart. You can see the figure also. This is the horse cart, or we can say hack. So hack or horse cart. And the complete title, the hack driver, means one who drives a horse cart or hack is a hack driver. Okay. Now, the main characters of this story is, you can see the main characters are first Oliver Lutkins. The hack driver himself was Oliver Lutkins. In other way, we can say hack driver was Oliver Lutkins, and also his name was Bill. So let's see, Oliver Lutkins is a crook. What do you mean by crook, children? Crook means a dishonest person. Okay, so he was also a dishonest person who lives in the country town. Country town means here village. The name of the village was New Mullion. Though he lives in a small town, he easily cheats the lawyer who comes to serve, give him a court order or summon on him. He pretends, he poses to be Bill Magnuson. Now see, three names have been given. The hack driver, okay children, the horse cart driver, first, number two, Oliver Lutkins, and third, Bill Magnuson. So these three are the one and only one character, that is Oliver Lutkins. Here, the hack driver manages to cheat the narrator of his money. He manages to convey the lawyer that he is very difficult to find Lutkins. So, Oliver Lutkins takes the lawyer to many shops but does not allow the lawyer to directly talk with the people. Over a few hours, Bill takes the narrator all over the town where they keep missing Lutkins by a small periods of time. And he is also a friendly person. When the lawyer comes to New Mullion on a second time, Lutkins invites the lawyer for a cup of coffee in his friend's house. Bill painted Lutkins as a dishonest person. How is Bill shown in this chapter? Bill, or you can also say Lutkin. So here actually Bill and Lutkins are the same person, that is the hack driver. So when the lawyer meets Oliver Lutkins, Bill here starts painting, giving a description as a dishonest person. He owed money to a lot of people. He had a talent for dishonesty. Though he lived in a rural town, he managed to trick and mislead a lawyer belonging to the city. Actually, children, Oliver Lutkins is the hack driver, Bill Magnuson. And second character is the narrator himself. Who is the Second character, the narrator himself. Actually, the narrator is a lawyer who hates a city life because city life is populated, it is polluted, it is always crowded. So he wants a peaceful landscape, a peaceful surrounding. So the narrator hated the city life. He thinks of pursuing means following his career in a small town, in a village. So he got an opportunity to go to New Mullion. New Mullion is a small village. Why? Why did he go to New Mullion? You know, children? Because he went there to serve a summon, a court order for Oliver Lutkins. So we find him gullible. What do you mean by children? Gullible? Gullible actually means one who is easily caused to have, easily persuaded or easily fooled. We can also say one who is easily fooled or cheated by somebody. So he was affected by it. The narrator was easily cheated, easily fooled by Oliver Lutkins, the cart driver, the hack driver. And he is easily misled also. He is caused to have a wrong idea by Lutkins himself, who poses as the hack driver. Actually, Bill, who is Oliver Lutkins, and that is the hack driver, takes money from the lawyer and gives misleading information about Lutkins. So he gives very wrong impressions about Lutkins. And we know, children, Lutkin was none other than the hack driver. In other way, we can say Bill himself. So he visits a number of places. The narrator visits many places in the village, but he is not able to meet Oliver Lutkins. Actually, the narrator has come to New Mullion to serve a court order to Oliver Lutkins, and Oliver Lutkins was an eyewitness for a case. So his presence in the court was very important. So that's why the narrator took the summon to give to Oliver Lutkins. Since he visited New Mullion for an important matter, he failed to be careful in carrying his job. So the narrator was not successful in his first attempt to take Oliver Lutkins because he was misled by whom? By Bill, the hack driver. The narrator appears to be a novice and he was a novice, a new one who was not aware. He was a novice, you can see the word given. He was a new one. He was not aware of the real person, not a seasoned legal mind. He had a romantic view of country. Here, country means the rural area, that is village, but was easily conned by crooks, by dishonest people in New Million. So, let's begin the chapter now, children. See the first paragraph given. After graduating with honors. So, children, you can see we are starting with after graduating with honors. Actually, the narrator here, I is the narrator. So narrator gives his introduction that after completing his graduation with honors, graduation is, children, after class 10th. You do 3 years of degree course, that is graduation. So after completing the graduation with honors, he got selected for a junior assistant clerk. You can see who was selected, children? The narrator. Okay, the narrator was selected for a junior assistant clerk in a magnificent. What do you mean by magnificent, children? Magnificent meaning glorious, majestic. Okay, in a glorious, majestic, low firm. What do you mean by firm? Here he was in a particular organization, and that organization was law. We can say organization, enterprises or firm. The narrator was sent to prepare some legal briefs. So you can see, children, but instead of preparing legal papers like a lawyer, he had to deliver the court orders to various people whom he had referred to as victim. Actually, children, what happened? What was the narrator's role here? Though he was a junior assistant clerk, so instead of making legal papers, he used to give the court order to many peoples who so many of them were victims. What do you mean by victims, children? Victims meaning prey. So many people became prey of the narrator. Here you can see the word given shadow meaning dark. And you can see the summon, that is court order. Okay, children, it is court order. So let's see now. Like a cheap private detectives. Who are detectives? The investigators. Detectives are the investigators. So instead of preparing legal papers, he had to deliver the court order to many people whom he had referred to as his victims. Here, he said so because in many of the cases, he had to face very awkward situation. Awkward situations meaning very strange situation where he was sometimes beaten by people also. You can see the narrator was beaten by many people because he did not prepare legal papers. Rather, he used to deliver the court order, and many of the people didn't like the narrator giving court order. So that's why sometimes he was beaten by people also. In many of the cases, he has to face such awkward situation. So he was beaten by many people. And now, children, see the next line. He even considered, sometimes the narrator thought to run away. What do you mean by fleeing, children? Fleeing meaning running away. So sometimes the narrator felt that it's better to run away and go to his hometown where he could have a real right to practice his law. So they did so in order to avoid court orders, as they had to then comply with them. So the narrator says that he hated his job. Why did the narrator hate his job? Because of the awkward situations created by people. Sometimes he was beaten up. So in order to avoid all this, he hated his job. He hated it to the extent that he sometimes thought of running away, fleeing away to his hometown where he could work as a real lawyer and not as a mere clerk. Because here he was a junior assistant clerk. He was working as a clerk. And he was thinking that it is better to go in hometown where he can be a real lawyer. So come to the next page, children. That is, so I rejoiced. What do you mean by rejoiced, children? Rejoiced meaning happiness. Rejoiced meaning happiness. We can also say joy. We can also say cheered. So the narrator was very happy. You know, children, why the narrator was very happy? One day, the narrator was very happy to know that he had to visit a place which was 40 miles away from the place where he lived. He says that the town which he had to visit was New Mulyan. So as per his work, his job, he was to go to a town called New Mulyan. It is a village. He had to visit this place in order to give a court order. You can see it is given to give court order to a man named Oliver Lutkins. So, Oliver Lutkins was a witness or observer. What do you mean by witness, children? Witness means a person who sees the events or any accidental cases, whosoever it is. We can also say witness as a viewer also. Witness is as a viewer, as a one who observes, one who views. So one and only person was Oliver Lutkins, who was an eyewitness in some case, and the firm needed him for that case, but he had constantly been neglecting the letters sent by the law firm. So many times Oliver was given someone a court order to come in the court because he was an eyewitness for a case, but he had neglected the letter sent by the law. Now let's see, children, when the narrator reached to New Mullion. So see, when the narrator went to New Mullion, what happened there? When the narrator reached New Mullion, his excitement, he was very excited, children, because he hated the city life for so many reasons, and one sole reason is that sometimes he was beaten by people, sometimes he has to face many awkward situations, and moreover it was crowded city. He wanted not to work as a clerk, rather he wanted to do the work of a real lawyer. So for many reasons, for all these reasons, he was happy to go to New Mullion. So when the narrator reached New Mullion, his excitement about visiting a village was washed off. So as soon as he reached village New Mullion, all his excitement was shattered. It washed. Children, why? All his excitement, he was greatly disappointed. He was severely disappointed. And reason why everything was washed off? Though he was very happy that he was going to New Mullion and he will get the peaceful landscape, it may be a peaceful place. He was very happy because he was tired, he was sick of staying in city. So now he was happy that he has got good opportunity to go to New Mullion. But when he reached there, whatever the scene he saw, that shattered all his excitement. And why it happened so? Children, it happened so because the village was not as per his expectations. Whatever he thought about the village, so he did not see anything up to his expectations. The streets were in bad conditions. You can see as they were full of mud. The streets were in bad conditions because they were full of mud. It is given here. The shops were also very dull. Everything he saw was full of dullness, making him sad. But then he saw a delivery man. You can see the brief description given about everything was sour brown. Either the wooded shops were painted or without paints. You can see bare means without paints. So the only agreeable sight was that delivery man. See, the narrator calls the hack driver as the delivery man, who was 40 years old. You can see that delivery man. Who was that delivery man? He was the hack driver. In other way, we can say he himself was Oliver Lutkins. But the narrator was not knowing that the hack driver himself was Oliver Lutkins. So this he is the hack driver was 40 years old and his face was red. He was rather cheerful and thick about the middle. Thick about middle means he was little fat. Okay. So he had a very friendly manner. His clothes were dirty and well worn. He was looking in very dirty clothes, but he had a very friendly attitude. He felt at once that he liked people. So it seemed to the narrator that he was very friendly with other people. This made him like the delivery man, and he referred him as the only person in the village who made him feel nice. Now see children, coming to the last point here. The last is I told him to find a man named Oliver. So let's see this line given here. The narrator went up to this cheerful delivery man. Okay, here the narrator went to the hack driver and told him that he was searching for a man named Oliver Lutkins. This delivery man quickly repeated. This delivery man, who was the delivery man? Why he is thought to be delivery man? You know children, because he was having such a friendly attitude. That's why he is said to be a delivery man. Is it clear? So, the delivery man quickly repeated the name of the person being searched by the clerk. So, when the narrator told that he had come to New Mullion, especially in the search of Oliver Lutkins, the hack driver immediately replied that he knew him very well and he will take the narrator to meet Oliver Lutkins. Okay, he then told him that he saw Lutkins just an hour ago. You can see it is given. He had seen Oliver, who had seen the hack driver, who himself was Lutkin, but he was trying to fool the narrator. So the hack driver told that he had just seen half an hour before Oliver Lutkins. He is a very hard fellow. You can see it is given. He also told him that it was not easy to find. Why he was a hard fellow? He was a very tough. Here hard means very tough fellow. Who is said to be tough fellow? Oliver Lutkins was very tough. Why you know? Because it was not easy to find him. It was not easy to catch him, find him, as he was always up to something. Then he told him that Lutkins could be found at Fridge Shop. You can see the word given here, Fridge Shop. What could he be doing at the Fridge Shop? Where he played a card game. Poker game is a card game. You can see here, just like playing cards. Okay, so it is a card game known as poker. He also inquired him about the urgency of finding Lutkins. So the hack driver further asked him why the narrator was in hurry to find Oliver Lutkins. So in that, come to the next page number 48. Yes, I want to catch the afternoon train. So the clerk, the narrator, here it is the clerk, the narrator replied that it was very urgent to find Lutkins as he had to go back to the city. Okay, so he has to go back to the city by the afternoon train. To this, the delivery man said that he had a horse cart and he would help him in finding Lutkins. So this hack driver was very friendly to the narrator and further told the narrator that he himself will help the narrator to find Oliver Lutkins in the village New Mullion. Now children, the rest will be continued in the next video. Till then children, bye to you all. Thank you.